guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Linet Boke Chacha. Imagine guys, I have somebody who moved from USA to Kenya, and I'm so glad to be having you today. And you look beautiful today.
Thank you, so do you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what's your name? Maybe for those people who doesn't know you, you can introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Emily Tiampati. And I actually do have a YouTube channel.
No, just say. When I tell you, tell your name.
Oh, it's also
you say your YouTube
channel.
name.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice. So yeah, my YouTube name is just the same as my name, Emily Tiampati.
Yeah. Very simple, guys. Emily Tiampati. So Emily, Emily has living in USA for the longest time, and she's here. So today we are going to do activities with her as she explain why she moved from USA and she's here. She's having a very beautiful house. And also maybe we can learn something from her about construction, you know. But then there's some of the people who are looking forward from moving to USA to come and construct a beautiful house just like yours. Yeah, so since day one I landed here, I was telling you your house is big. And then I've been constantly saying your rooms are very spacious. And I love your kitchen. It's very spacious, guys. So but I'm not going to give you a tour about the house, but he can explain something about the house. So tell us who you are.
So guys, I'm Emily Tiampati. I was born and raised here in Kenya, and I went to the US after high school. So I've lived and worked there for over 10 years. And then you wanted me to say why I came back?
You worked as a...
I used to work for government. So just like government employee. I went to school for urban planning. So I worked as an urban planner.
Oh wow. And then you got employed there?
I got employed there. And after a while, because I went there after high school, so I was actually an adult. So I was used to life in Kenya. I missed home and I used to visit every year. And I was raised by my grandmother, and so I'm very attached to her. So I would come to visit her at least once a year, and the most I would get is like 3 weeks. And just flying from there to here, it's a couple of days. So already time ya could travel here and time ya could travel back in Kimeisha. So you feel like you're not spending a lot of time. And I don't know, I went to college there right after high school, and then started working there. And then things just happened that I started, I don't want to say missing home, but I felt the need to come back because life there is busy. And I remember one time I was laying in bed and a thought just came from out of nowhere, and I started thinking that someone who's dead is better than me.
Really?
Yeah, just a thought just crossed my mind, although I've been wanting to come. And so when that thought came, I felt like, okay, this is time, because I'm like, is this a suicidal thought? Even if it's not, if I entertain it, if I feel like happier coming back mentally, if I don't do what I feel like will improve my mental health, then how would things turn out?
So during that time, like you having that thought, were you stressed in a way, or you were overthinking?
Because like I said, like I worked for government, and even here, and I think anywhere in the world, if you're working for government, usually you have a good salary, right? At least, so siko na lala nje, siko na stress ya rent, siko na stress ya. I didn't have stress about paying rent or stress about buying food. But I think, like I said, my grandma is here. Sometimes you can't some things you can't explain. The way people say sometimes more money, more problems. I felt like it's not like I was rich or anything, but the fact that I'm not stressing about food and rent, I felt like, okay, I do have the money to at least maintain myself, but I don't know, I just felt like unhappy.
Okay, being there, you were feeling like you're not on the right place that you're supposed to
be. So no, let me correct that. The US is a second home to me, because I went there after high school. I spent there over 10 years, and then before I left here, obviously I was close to 20, right? So the US is like home to me, and I'm almost 40. So it's my second home. That's what I usually say.
You don't look fat, guys. Does she look fat?
I think I'm turning 39 this year.
Really?
So like I can't explain. Like the US is great. You know, the roads are clean. You have water in the house. You have electricity. It doesn't the electricity that just doesn't cut off of your view. So honestly, life is good. And I also got to travel. I want to say the world, but not many countries. But I got to travel a lot when I was in the US. So I feel like, and also I went to college there. So I feel like opportunities that I got, and the US gives you opportunities. If you work hard, like you can be anything. So that's what I actually felt when I was there. So I wouldn't say life was bad. It's just, I think, and my grandma is almost 90. So I think I always dreaded getting the call that something's wrong or, you know, has happened to her. So I decided, I'd rather come back, spend time with her. You know, and then if I ever need to go back, I could go back. But there are those things that I honestly can't explain. It's not even about the US. It's about maybe my social aspect.
Wow, so I understand. I hope you guys also you've understand. So let me ask you, since you've been in Kenya, you've been in Kenya for how many years?
Oh, just 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
So I know you've if you studied here from maybe from primary school to high school, already you know the kind of life we have in here in Kenya.
Here's the thing. Up to high school, I feel like you're a young adult.
Yes.
So unafikiria unajua.
Yes.
But the funny thing is, when I came back, unaona sasa I'm an adult, I'm almost 40.
Yes.
There's some culture shock that when you come back to Kenya, because huko sasa I became an adult, I would say, in the US, right? Huko kwingine I was a teenager.
That's when you realized yourself being in
USA.
So
that's why I'm saying it's a second home to me. Like I appreciate the opportunity of actually being there.
Okay, so I understand that. So actually my question that I was raising is I was asking if like how can you compare life here in Kenya or in Africa? Let me just talk about Africa and USA. What would you say prefer? Or what do you say? Because you have both experience.
And actually that's a very good question, and I think it nails the nail on the head in regard to why maybe I came back. So you see, I have lived almost half my life here, my life in the US. And so getting those comparisons, I realized that the place for me is here. Because you know, Apple, I was young, nimemaliza high school, and obviously who doesn't want to go to the US?
Even me, right now you tell me like, Linet, can we go to US? Pack my bag.
Pack and go. But because I didn't go when I was such a young kid, so I got to already unaona nisha establish the life in Kenya. And I grew up with my grandmother, so I like simple living, to be honest. So at some point kukaa tu huko nika realize, okay, maybe the best, what's best for me is actually here. But I don't regret going, because ungeniambia then nisiende tungekosana.
Maybe for those who are watching, like is your like your parents there or anybody who invited you there because you went there, or it's because of schooling?
How did I go to the US? I'll actually talk more about it on my channel.
It's okay.
But just to highlight it, my mom was there. And that's the other thing. So you know, when you are young, you do what your parents tell you. If your parents tell you, you know, go study abroad or come live with me abroad, you do it. And like I said, who doesn't want to go to the
Nobody.
US? Especially US. It's such a huge country. So yeah, my mom is there, and that's how I got there. But I'll talk more about it.
Guys, you've heard, and let's respect that, right? So and then after you came back, you chose to go. I'm sorry to call this off-grid. I don't know if you accept that.
I love it. I love it.
You love it.
Off-grid, yes.
Off-grid. I'm also a village girl. I moved from the city. Our city. Kenya, we also have a capital city. Nairobi. I moved from Nairobi. I prefer to go back to the village. So I really love about village life. So for you coming to off-grid, what inspired you to come and just build in a very guys? When you see around, just like we are. Focusing in this place here, you can't see even there are neighbors in the other side. You can't see neighbors in the other side. They are very far. They live very they are scattered. So what inspired you just to come in a cool place where just like it is?
I grew up in the village.
Yes.
In a place called Neregiangare
Uh-huh.
in Narok County.
Yeah.
And I grew up with my grandmother.
Wow.
And you know, someone who's 90, most grandmas are very traditional, very simple living.
Yeah.
So I grew up off grid. And what most people don't know, they may see this and think she has it all. She's been to the US. Huyu amekula. She's lived
She
life
came with a lot of money.
with a silver spoon. You know, her life has just been not even the money. Her life has always been smooth sailing.
Climbing.
Yeah. But the reality is, I grew up in a mud house.
Really?
Yes, all the way to Form 4. Not like when I was young.
Okay.
From being born all the way to high school, me, I was raised in a house built of mud.
Wow.
Not even mbao. To us, mbao, or for me back then, mbao was huge.
Mbao is wood, guys.
Wood. Or seeing a house of drums like this.
Yeah, these
for
are
me,
drum
that was a
house.
big deal back then.
Wow.
So I've basically grown up, you know, in a humble background. Yeah. So for me, coming from the US, which is really an advanced country, to Kenya, I'm not saying Kenya is not advanced, but obviously we are not at the same level. I would say
it's a developed country for us.
Yeah.
Hata tuko developing. We are third world country. For
I would
sure.
say we are developing. Honestly.
Yeah, we are developing,
Yeah.
but bado hatujafika hiyo.
Hatujafika
We
hiyo
are not in
level.
that category of developing.
Yeah.
We are in third world countries.
That's what. Oh.
Yes.
Personally,
I'm
I
sorry,
don't like
I'm
that
sorry,
name.
guys. Even me, I don't like
Yeah.
it. But that's how they've categorized
Reality.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
how we've
for
been
me,
categorized.
yes.
But as a Kenyan who's lived abroad and come back,
It's
me, I would
better.
categorize ourselves as developed.
Developing,
On an
right?
honest, not just because I'm Kenyan. Honestly, I think we may make a lot of improvements. From
I
my
also
perspective.
think so, because when, for example, if you compare about, okay, I'm not like I'm diminishing other countries in East Africa.
Yeah.
When you compare Kenya with other countries here, I
Yeah,
don't want
we
to
are
mention
advanced,
we
yeah.
are advanced.
Yeah.
So I feel like we are in developing country.
Yeah.
But I'm also a teacher. I don't want to lie. Maybe my students are watching
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Guys, we are categorized under third world countries.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see what you're
Yes,
saying.
I'm
Yeah,
a teacher.
you're speaking the formal way that
Yes,
things are, not how
yes.
we feel personally.
Yes.
I get it. So yeah, growing up, having lived in a developed country
Yes.
and coming to a developing country, for me it was easy based on my background again, how I was raised. I was raised in simple living. I didn't grow up with electricity, and so I don't have electricity here, but I have solar. And my grandma also had a tank. I think only one, like maybe it was 3,000 liter tank.
Okay.
And so I didn't grow up at going to fetch water in the river. But I grew up with that kind of simple living. We didn't have like taps in the house. So it was so easy for me, honestly, to be honest.
So let me
To just adjust.
in
coming
just
back.
simple terms, like you've tested all the life.
Yes.
Being okay, growing up in a mud house,
Yeah.
going to the US,
Yeah.
coming and owning a house. I think you've tested all the.
Yeah, I've lived both.
Yes.
So for me, putting me in a place where there's no electricity, actually, if you ask me, between electricity and water, which one I cannot live without is water. Me, I can live without electricity. Yeah. Because steamer, you'll always find a way of finding light.
Yeah,
There are
sure,
these
sure.
other gadgets
Other
that you
means.
can use, other means. But water, you need water for cooking, showering, drinking. So for me, it's a no-brainer to live off grid.
Wow.
Yeah.
So okay, talking about the house, I know you have a very beautiful house, guys. Maybe you can tell them how many bedrooms you have.
Yeah. So again, I apologize to Linet's viewers.
It's okay.
I'll give you
A simple tour.
a simple, well, not even a simple
Or a
internal
detailed.
tour, a highlight. It's a 3-bedroomed house, and I believe it has 2 bathrooms. So, but we won't do an internal tour because I'm an upcoming YouTuber, and I'd actually like to do the tour on my channel to see if maybe
for the first time.
do an exclusive on my
and
channel.
it's understandable.
Yeah.
Now it's good when you unveil something by yourself. Like this is just a gift. She wants to unwrap by herself. So if you want to see the gift, please go check out at Emily Tiampati.
Yeah.
So okay, like how was it building this here? Just give us just highlight the way.
Another
how
highlight, because I'll also do a video of that.
how
The
is
highlight.
it building here? Like building in Kenya.
Yeah.
Given that you moved from US and you said that you've been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, some people tend to feel like, okay, she has money. you know?
Yeah.
And they know. you might think that they don't know that
Yeah.
you are from US, but
Yeah.
somebody somewhere
Yeah.
had already told them, do you know that this girl has money?
Yeah.
She's from USA.
Yeah.
And guys, God forbid, we always think that people who are from USA, they have more money. You've packed like
Yeah,
this house
with a
is full
suitcase.
with a suitcase.
or a lorry.
Yeah, by the even the
Yeah.
That's how we think.
That's interesting. And I think the reason why people think that is because of the different exchange rates. Because you know the dollar has historically been
So I was saying, like, you know, for us we have that like, okay, not us.
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk about me.
Yeah.
And let me not talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you I hear like Emily Tampatis from USA, my mind in a click, you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain. It's because of the dollar. The dollar has historically been stronger than the Kenyan shilling.
Yes.
So someone who's in the US akikuja na tuseme $100, if they
Here in
exchange it
Kenya.
here, it's roughly 10K. And we know not everyone is able to make that 10K here in Kenya.
Yeah.
And it's not like money is gotten easily in the US. People work so hard, so hard. So, but because of the value of the dollar against the Kenyan shilling, when a USA person comes here with that $100, it automatically turns into 10K. And when you have 10K, not now, but historically in Kenya, you could do a lot with that money. So assumption is huyu msee ako na domob, but literally ile pesa ule msee ametoka nayo huko, it's not a lot. It's just that the value
of the money.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, and also I would say back in the US, work opportunities are many.
Compared to our country.
Compared to our country. Here, you see a lot of people, you know, just, I want to say idling around or waiting around for a job. In the US, everyone is moving. Whether you're working at a restaurant, whether you're working at a hospital, whether you're working at a government institution, there are opportunities to make money, however small money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like we have a lot of money. We just have, I guess, more working opportunities.
Wow. So back to the question I was asking, like when you were building, okay, these people have the notion that you have money. How was it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes.
First of all, like you said, I look young.
Yes.
Most people don't think I look my age. So I think the first question most people have in their head, this young girl, where is she getting this money to build a house? So, and then me, I'm very honest. Me, I don't, if I've been to the US, I'll tell you I've been to the US.
Yes.
However, when I'm walking in the streets,
not
many people actually get shocked.
She's even having some tutors.
Yeah, me, I'm as simple as I am. So,
simple life.
Yeah. So, and then also, some of the people who built for me, given that I lived there many years, I don't know fundis. So I would have to consult my relatives.
Fundis are masons.
I would have to consult my relatives to, you know, link me up to a fundi to help me build. So that aspect, already this person knows my relatives, and already they know maybe I was abroad. The issue of you being abroad, you can't hide it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you that question.
Yeah. And that, because of that now, there are those expectations that you said. People, inaitwaje, hike prices or try to find a way to con you because they feel like you have so much money. And again, being such a young person, I guess, I consider myself young by the way at 40, building, so people feel like, aka kakona do. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they do hike prices.
They do hike prices. Then sometimes what I was saying actually in one of my videos, sometimes they hike the price, especially if you are very inexperienced, whether you're from the US or from Kenya or from anywhere.
Very true.
When you're doing construction and you don't have construction experience, you'll find fundis will tell you, oh, I need this many feet to build this roof. Me, without my construction experience, I cannot tell him ameitisha X amount of feet, hiyo ni mingi. You know, you just go by what the fundi tells you.
Yeah, you go and buy it.
You buy it. And then when you buy it, now you've constructed, you are left with a lot of materials. That's when you realize, hapa, I was fooled. For instance, this house, I don't know how many kgs of nails I was requested. I would probably need to look at my receipts. We bought so many nails. Right now, I'm left with so many nails that I feel like could finish this house and maybe remain. The nails and the rubbers. Yes, because the fundi just told me we need X kg of nails. Who am I to tell him? No, that's a lot or that's too little, because I don't know. So we bought. Now I ended up being left with
a lot of nails.
Yeah, so in terms of being from abroad and getting conned, sometimes it's not even they are hiking the prices, because you'll go na uziwe kwa hardware, these nails X kg cost this amount, so you are paying ujakoniwa do hapo per se, but you've been conned in terms of materials, because and then they tell you now sell these materials for me at a cheaper price, because now we finished construction.
Now I get it.
You see, so I feel like maybe it's a method that they use.
There is a method that they use, like you're being left to them, you don't have anywhere to take them.
And they know
so
that.
just give us.
Yeah, just and then at a cheaper price.
At a cheaper
Either
price.
give me for free.
And you know they're going to sell them in the same price.
They're going
like
to sell
nails,
them.
they don't get as it was.
As Yozi. Yeah, they don't
will
get
still remain. Nails.
Yeah. And
oh
something else. Like this particular fundi had mentioned that he was building a house. So he was like, oh, so you can sell me these nails.
And by the way, if
so
you're not keen, maybe sometimes he was taking them without your
sometimes,
notice.
I think nails would be difficult to carry juu ya kudunga, but there are those materials, especially like wires for wiring the house. Someone told me sometimes they tie themselves in it, and then they wear these overalls. So they tie them, because you know they'll be at your site for a few days. So they'll be just tying before you know.
And another thing, maybe you will not be there looking them at
you
like
are
this.
not there, because for instance you have this fundi doing this, you have another fundi doing this. Sometimes there are no materials, and because you want to make sure how koniwi, you are like, no, I'll go to the hardware myself and leave them here, and you go buy it. So the moment you're not here, you don't know what's happening.
Maybe they are doing the thing.
They're doing the thing.
Wrapping the wires on their waist, and then they put on their aprons. You'll never tell.
You never know. Actually, someone who wants to steal from you, trust me, they'll steal from you.
They will steal.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. So maybe you have been here all the time when they were building.
Yes, I had to be here.
Oh, you had to be
I mean,
here.
there are times that I would go to the hardware to buy stuff, but I actually lived in this house when I started constructing. Yeah, so I was here from day one.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. So, okay, guys, I hope you're learning about the mason. Sometimes when you're constructing from her, just the way you've had, it's good to be there when you're constructing and manage your things. And there are some people who are outside there, maybe they don't have that opportunity to come and stay here. They've not moved just like you to come and stand. So they have somebody to stand on their behalf when they are building. What can you tell them?
That's a very good question. From stories that I've heard, there are people, relatives, sometimes parents, sometimes siblings, that you'll send money to when you're abroad.
Yes.
And you will come visit during those 2-3 weeks. You're like, let me go see my piece of land, let me go see my house kwenye imefika, and you find nothing. It's there, but you can't claim it's yours. The politics, because maybe they bought with the money. And actually a neighbor was telling me that they know someone who used to live abroad, I don't know which country, and they used to send money to their brother, and when they came over here to check on their property, the brother was like, the house was there, but he was like, this is my house.
Wow.
So when you were abroad and anasema, oh, this is my house, you built it. The other one is like, no, this is my house. Because when you're abroad, you send money to someone.
Yes.
Once you send that money, unless that person is trustworthy, they'll go buy land, the title will be in your name.
Yeah, sure.
What can you say? So me, what I'll tell someone who's in abroad, find that time to come home, even if it's 2 weeks, buy it. Also, to be honest, akukosi watu trustworthy. Find someone whom you can trust to at least, carry out the process for you. Yeah. And but also, however, I've also seen a different neighbor of mine. They have a sibling abroad, and they do a great job for them. Wow. They buy land for them. They do the fencing, the construction for them. Vizuri. So I think it just depends the kind of people that you have around you.
For sure, the kind of people that surrounds you.
Yeah.
And and another thing maybe, what I can advise Okay, I also have this good neighbor of ours who did the same. She sent money from the US. Like, for example, the piece of land US is maybe an acre or more than an acre. So she sent the money according to the value of that plot or land during that time. It's almost 750,000 Kenyan shillings. But you know, the daughter or the sister sent around 2 million. So I can't imagine the sisters and brother conning a sister. And then I'm in this position where I'm just an honest person, guys. Probably she will come from she will not live there forever. She will come one day maybe to visit or to see her property, what they bought, and then she will realize the value of that place during that time, maybe, or during that time whenever she will arrive, the value is not yet even at 2 million shillings. So what will they tell? I'm like, hey, I don't know, but anyway, it depends on the person that who surrounds you and the person that you trust. But it's good also to deal with the receipts. If you send me money to go and buy you land, or if you send Emily money to go and buy you land, please let them even, you see a stamp of the registrar of land, like this money was paid. But I know people can forge. Sometimes.
People can forge. Yeah, like I said, someone wants to steal from you, they'll always try and find a way
to steal. Oh wow. So okay guys, I hope you learned more about her. And okay, how are you like, how can I say, how are you, like, unaishi aje hapa, how do you stay here? Like sustainability.
That's a good question. Currently, as you know, I had surgery in December, and so I'm actually not able, like today, yesterday when these guys came over, we were busy shooting, we were busy, and then if you have guests, autai tu chini, so I was busy hosting them and we were busy creating content. So this morning I was telling Linet, I'm not feeling well, because I had surgery for fibroids on my lower stomach, so I was telling her I'm not feeling well, and it's not like we did heavy work. I think it's just
walking
moving.
Videos,
So in terms of sustainability, I'm currently not doing anything to earn a living, because I obviously just finished building my house, then I had surgery. So yeah.
Oh wow. So wow, I'm very sorry by the way for your like your experience. So I was okay, for somebody who is watching, and then okay, there are so many women out there that they have fibroids and they don't know about it. Maybe just give them a simple maybe somebody will be looking forward for that.
What I can say is, one, I'm not an expert, I'm not a medical professional, and I'm not an expert on fibroids, but from my own experience, fibroids are non-cancerous growths that typically or only grow in or around your womb, and usually the best way to get rid of them, if they keep recurring, because they recur, they're just like hair. You shave your hair, it grows. Fibroids, I hear you remove them, after a while they come back. So the best way to deal with them is to remove your womb. However, if you don't have children like me, if you're lucky, the alternative is a myomectomy. However, at the same time, there are people who say there are herbal medicines that can help, so yeah, I think if not herbal medicines, then myomectomy, which is basically removal of fibroids, but then they return your womb, and hysterectomy is basically removing your entire womb. However, what I would advise you, if you have fibroids, speak to your doctor, speak to your gynecologist for more information.
Thank you. So okay, right now you're feeling better? Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling better. It's only, I think, like I was mentioning earlier in the morning, I've realized when I have bed rest, sometimes it doesn't mean I'm sleeping. Hata kama I'm on my bed just editing, but I'm not moving or straining my body, I've realized I feel better. So I'm feeling better. I'm in no pain, but then if you're busy or work a lot, I feel like there's something that
we are back. She was explaining something about endometriosis. Is it not fibroids? I'm sorry, about fibroids. So I hope you understand, and she gave out a good advice. Like, when you want to understand more about it, you can just go and talk to your gynecologist, or you go to the hospital and seek advice from there, from a medical perspective,
Yes,
right?
yes.
We are praying for you that you're going to get well soon.
Amen.
Yes. So maybe somebody who is looking at you, okay, or watching, and they have fibroids, is it a must somebody to go abroad to get operated in hospital, or what can you advise to them?
That's a very good question, Linet.
Yes.
Actually, someone asked me told me on my YouTube channel, because I shared all my story, my whole journey on fibroids on my YouTube, and so one of the commentators said, why don't you, because sometimes I do tell people, like I was saying today, I'm not feeling pain, but I'm feeling not so good, and someone said, why don't you go back to the US and get checked out? Personally, from my experience, I feel like Kenya is capable of handling fibroid issues. Maybe kuna magonjwa that I agree maybe are best handled abroad, but from my experience, someone who's lived abroad, someone who's come here, my personal experience, I feel like Kenya is capable. So I wouldn't, for fibroids, tena they're non-cancerous. So I wouldn't advise you to go, but then again, speak to your doctor, because you never know what your doctor might say. Maybe there are other complications that I don't know. So personally, I would say no, but again, seek professional advice.
Wow. So thank you so much for that. So guys, we are off grid. Maybe she tells us, okay, I asked about sustainability, how you're being like here, everything, how everything is going. So I want you to talk about water, lighting, how you're surviving here.
Yeah, for water, as you can see, we're actually behind the tank. So I have at least 2 tanks with 5,000 liter water. I also dug an underground one that I believe takes, I want to say, at least 10 or 15,000 liters of water. So yeah, for sustainability in regard to water, I just use rainwater. And however, I would advise someone, if you're starting new construction, try and see if you can dig a well or a borehole, because when I was constructing, I spent a lot of money using rainwater for construction. And so I think if you start at least with a borehole, then you won't have to buy water for construction, at least, because you know your borehole ama well iko na chumvi, it has salt, so it may not be best for everything, but for construction, my advice for you is, if you haven't, start with a borehole. For electricity, I'm using solar, because we don't have a solar system yet. I mean, electric system yet. So I'm using solar for electricity.
Wow, that's a triggering cut.
So
thank you so much for that. And maybe somebody who wants to go and live off grid just like you, they want to construct and they are afraid of starting. What can you advise them?
What I would say, there's a saying in Kikuyu that says, "Modo edhuaga hare gukinyira." It basically
and
means,
you know a lot of languages, by the way.
not many. It basically means scratch yourself where your hand can reach. Because right now, if I try to scratch myself like this, you see my hand is reaching here. Someone else's hand will reach here. So basically, whatever you have, start. Even if it's a mud house like I grew up in for many years, do it. If you have a piece of land, if you cannot afford even mabatis, because they're expensive. Construction materials are expensive. Jenga hata hiyo nyumba ya matope. If it's a drum house or a mabati house or a wooden house, jenga. If you are able to build with rocks, do it. And the thing is, Kenyans, I say, mjengo haiishi. Mainly, construction never ends. So even if you're going to start, you're able to just pay for foundation, just for labor to just dig the trenches. Do it, and then wait until a few months or a few years, whenever you have the money, do the next phase. Sometimes people just buy materials and put on their plot of land without even digging the foundation. So just take it step by step. And sometimes starting off grid, it's the only way you can go, because you know, if it's a matter of getting water or electricity, it might be expensive. So off-grid sometimes honestly is inevitable.
So much for that. So guys, I think we can call it a wrap. I hope I've asked every question that you maybe you will wish to be asked. Because I've asked about construction, how she gets light, that is through solar system, how she gets water. By the way, water is a very necessity thing in a family, especially when you have your own source of water. That's the best thing that you can invest in. So thank you so much for having us in your home. I really appreciate. So for that person, maybe you've watched this video and you've not watched the previous video, you can just click on the previous video. We came here purposely from for her mom. Her mom lives in abroad, so she sent us here to come and surprise her. So I hope you were surprised.
I was surprised.
Because it was a surprise.
It was a surprise. So if the aim was surprise, that one you nail. Surprised.
So thank you so much for welcoming us, and we really appreciate and thank God for connecting us with you. So sometimes I don't take these small things for granted. I really appreciate everything that happens. You know, everything happens with a reason. That's what I really appreciate in life. So we thank your mom. If mom, you'll be watching this, thank you so much. Okay, give her
I actually wanted to say thank you, but I was like, let you finish talking, and then ask if I can give her a shout out as well, because I wanted to say thank you, but I'm like, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, I remember. Okay, I just remember. Let me just give you.
Yes. And then I wanted to say, okay, what? But two. I don't want to say two people, because one of them is not a human. Number one is God. God. Like I said, guys, I grew up in a mad house, and if you see me now, you wouldn't think about that. So every time anyone interviews house, the number one thing I say is God. Ni venye saa sikusema mko mbele. So I just want to give a shout out to God and say thank you so much for how far He's brought me. Number two is my mother. I really appreciate her, and I know you're saying abroad, so people are going to think her mom is abroad. She used to live in abroad. She has a house. Her life is perfect. But my mom works as a CNA, as a nurse, certified nursing assistant. People who live abroad understand what that is. She's not a nurse, but she kind of assists with the nurses. The nurses, you know, bathing people, bathing patients, and giving them food. And it's a hard job, because I actually did that job myself, so I know. So for her to even surprise me with items like this, you know, it costs a lot of money. And although you even said about the dollar exchange rate, however, hiyo do si kidogo, and kuipata si rahisi. So I really want to say thank you so much, ma'am, for honestly making money the way you make as a CNA, and choosing to use some of that money to help me. And I'm 40 years old, and I'm very independent. I won't lie to you. Me, I was planning, I do YouTube seriously, get money, and then buy this stuff for myself. So at 40 years old, kusaidiwa na mama yako, it's a little humbling and a little embarrassing, but I'm thankful for you for inaitwaje kushikilia mtoto wako akiwa mkubwa at 40. So thank you so much. God bless you and the work of your hands.
Wow, thank you so much for that special message. And I want to thank her also for trusting us. Like, I don't take it. Okay, somebody else might see like it's a small thing, but for me it's a big thing.
Even for me it's a big thing. Hey, freezer. I always wanted a freezer. It's like she read my mind, because I've always wanted a freezer. And what else? The washer and dryer. And so those things, I feel like they were, you know, she nailed them. So, and something else I want to add, these guys brought quality items, because I don't know them, never seen them. Even my mom just knew them through YouTube. So I think it's very important for me to give them a shout out as well, not just for bringing it in a kukuza. Plus she has 14k subscribers, he has 3k subscribers. Subscribing ikwao to elevate Chalopia. So for me, just for them coming here, obviously it's going to elevate my prominence. However, the fact that they brought quality items, because kuna mtu Kenya utamtumia do kwanza akisikia ni mtu wako majuu aenda kubaie vitu River Road or somewhere. So I want to give a shout out to these guys. They actually brought quality items.
Thank you so much for that. And one thing I want to let you know is we used to sell household items. So I know the best household items that you can buy in Kenya. Like, okay, according to your budget, I can advise you go for this, but don't go for this. So we used to, like, when you sell things, how you came to learn about them is the reviews. Somebody will call you and tell you, don't know, you know, the sufuria that you gave me, that I bought from you, they are not good. And you have to take those reviews so that when somebody else comes and choose this, I will advise you as a seller. You know, sometimes customers ask you, which one would you advise me?
I do that a lot.
You see? You do ask that. So I always go with their reviews. I tell them, please, if you have money, go for this.
That's true.
So that when she goes for the other quality, you know, with household items, I've come to realize that they always make things according to our, like, how can I say, your budget. Like for me, I can't afford a 100,000 washer, a 100k washer. Maybe I can afford a 20,000 washer. So there is this person who will come with 100,000, and then they will take it any hesitation. But this person will come with 20,000 and they still want a washer. So you don't have to chase them away or tell them, oh, go for this 100k and my budget is at 20,000. That's what I really appreciate about appliances. Like, okay, even though quality matters sometimes, but everybody is catered for. It's like shoes. Nowadays, I can go for things like this. I can go for things like this. You see, like mine is chapa, imetoa maganda.
No, yours are good.
No, so everybody is catered for. They just be honest and tell them, you know, this, yes, it's good. It's a hot pot. This is a washer, yes, but it's not reliable. But we have them, we have to sell.
That's true.
Mimi nilitengeneza. So guys, thank you so much for trusting us as well, and I really appreciate sometimes people watching you from just, it's like virtual thing, and they get to trust you. I really appreciate God about that. I don't know what they saw special in me or in Chalo to trust us. I don't know, but what I give thanks is to God. I don't know how God speaks to them. And I really appreciate people. So please continue doing this YouTube, gaining money. There is something else which is very big, apart from getting fame, apart from, I'm not famous, apart from getting money, apart from getting fame, and apart from anything else, there is this special thing. Even somebody coming to your inbox, taking your number, coming to your inbox, advising you, Linet, do this, Emily, do this. It's very, like, hiyo kitu inakuanga sijui aje.
I agree with you, because me, even as a young YouTuber, I've already seen people saying you're inspiring me.
And you feel like,
for instance, people who are abroad who want to move back, that's what some people are saying. I'm inspiring them. I had a couple of people, because I have fibroids, because I actually did another video with a different YouTuber called Miano Modi, and some people, the same way you interviewed me about my fibroids, so people saw my story there, and they actually contacted me and asked me, you know, which hospital did you go? So you actually,
very important.
you might think that I'm such a small YouTuber with less than 1,000 subscribers, but I'm impacting, at least even if I impact one life positively, I'm grateful.
One thing also, if like when people comes to ask you something like that, just be free to tell them. Give them the knowledge, the information, so that they get to learn about it and how to go about it. So I think it's a good thing sometimes to share knowledge with people. Because you get them through, like, they were supporting you, through supporting you, they came to inquire. So it's good to give back to the community. I feel that's the best way you can give back to the community. You know, somebody might come to you and ask you, Emily, how do you edit your videos? Please advise me. Please do tell them. They will come. Young YouTubers. Somebody will come, oh, you're inspiring me. You've not given up. I've been seeing your videos since day one, and I feel like I should start YouTube. So how do I go? Please advise them. For free. It's free.
Actually, I think yesterday, since we're all YouTubers, but of different levels, we had a chat about YouTube yesterday, and one of the things we talked about is me usually, at the end of my videos, there's this, what do we call it, icon, a CapCut or whatever app I've used. So one of the reasons that I actually forgot to tell you guys why I leave it is because I want, if maybe there's a new YouTuber who's inspired by me, because for me, when I started YouTube, I had to Google.
How
I
can
did not know what app people use.
Okay.
So I just stumbled on InShot. And then I'd heard about CapCut, but then Mian also emphasized that maybe I should use CapCut. So that's how I ended up using CapCut. So me, I leave the icon at the end of my videos because I know some bloggers, you don't even know what. When I watch video and you don't even know which app people are using. So for me, to inspire the next generation of YouTubers, I leave it there. So that is someone ever looks at it and gets inspired, they'll be like, oh, kumbe she uses this app. Let me try.
CapCut.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so for me, how I give credit, because I feel like I should give back to those people who've helped me, like CapCut and InShot and YouTube. So I just give credit by leaving the watermark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, guys, for watching this beautiful video. I hope you learned so much. If you want to get more from USA or any country that you are to Kenya, you can just move, because she did it. You can. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to this video. Kindly check out Emily Tiampati on YouTube. Emily is with the double M. I'll just write it here and also on my description, on the comment section also. So please go subscribe to her channel. Let's take her to 1,000 subscribers and also 4,000 watch hours.
Actually, take me to 2,000 subscribers because
Okay.
I'm almost at 1,000.
Okay, please take her to 2,000
I have like 50
subscribers.
left. Yeah.
2,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Yes.
Yeah, let's watch her video. Let's support her. Let's support our own. Yeah. So thank you also for our camera person,
Yeah.
Chalokush. Yeah, so guys, go check out Chalokush, and thank you so much for being so patient with us.
Yeah.
And gone.
Oh, Chalokush is here. Please go and support me as well. Chalokush, and Chalo is CHARLOW.
Very supportive, guys. Yeah, so thank you. Let's tell them bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.